perform the functions of my office
perform the functions of my office
without fear or favor,
without fear or favor,
affection or ill will,
and
that I will at all times uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Ghana.
The Constitution and laws of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The last is the oath of secrecy. I,
Eni Yeboah,
holding the office of Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana,
holding the office of Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will not directly or indirectly.
That I will not directly or indirectly.
Communicate or reveal to any person.
Communicate or reveal to any person.
Any matter which shall be brought under my consideration.
Any matter which shall be brought under my consideration.
Or shall come to my knowledge.
Or shall come to my knowledge.
In the discharge of my official duties.
In the discharge of my official duties.
Except as may be required.
Except as may be required.
For the discharge of my official duties.
For the discharge of my official duties.
Or as may be specially permitted by law.
Or as may be specially permitted by law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I will now call on His Lordship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, to receive the instrument of appointment from the President. Your Lordship. His Lordship, the Chief Justice, will now sign the oaths and the oath book. This will be witnessed by the Judicial Secretary. The President will now sign his portions of the oaths, and assisted by the Judicial Secretary. I now wish to call the President of the Republic to give us his remarks. Mr. President.
Eminent clergy, members, the Vice President, members of the Judiciary, the Chairperson and members of the Council of State, the First President of the Fourth Republic, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, the Second President of the Fourth Republic, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, former First Lady, Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, the immediate past Chief Justice, First Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Parliament's leadership, Chief of Staff of the Office of the President and officials of the Presidency, Secretary to the Cabinet, Senior Minister, Attorney General, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Chief of Defense Staff of the Armed Forces, Inspector General of Police, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, President and members of the Bar Council of the Ghana Bar Association, members of the Judicial Council and the General Legal Council, Vice President of the National House of Chiefs, Otumfuo the Asantehene's representative, and other traditional rulers, the Dean and members of the Diplomatic Corps, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all of you to Jubilee House, the seat of the Ghanaian presidency. We're here to undertake one of the most significant acts in the life of the Republic, the induction into office of a new Chief Justice, the head of the judiciary, the third arm of government, responsible above all for maintaining the integrity of our constitutional order. Appropriately, we're doing so on Constitution Day, the day we have chosen to celebrate as a public holiday to commemorate the virtues of constitutionalism, which has enabled us in the Fourth Republic to enjoy the benefits of the most prolonged period of stable constitutional governance in our history. Long may the Fourth Republic flourish. This is the second time as president that I have the honor of discharging the constitutional obligation of administering the oath of office to a Chief Justice. Your Excellencies, on Friday, 20th December 2019, Chief Justice Sophia Abena-Boafo Akufo, the 13th occupant of the office, went into retirement as mandated by the Constitution on her 70th birthday. The longest-serving member of the Supreme Court, she was the second female to head the judiciary, with her tenure of office characterized by her well-known qualities of hard work, discipline, and integrity, and by an exceptional focus on the infrastructural needs of the courts and the modernization of their processes. Further, she never hid her abiding belief in the sovereignty of Almighty God. Indeed, she justified wholly in her all too short stay the confidence I reposed in her, and I wish her a well-earned rest. Let me also convey my appreciation to Mr. Justice Julius Ansah for holding the fort, even if briefly, as acting Chief Justice during the period of the retirement of Chief Justice Sophia Akufo and the swearing into office today of Chief Justice Enin Yeboah. I observed during his vetting on Monday, 23rd December 2019, that the majority of members of the Supreme Court, including his predecessor, were present in Parliament to lend their support to his appearance before the Appointments Committee. This was an admirable gesture. I'm hopeful that this same level of support will be forthcoming as he assumes the mantle of head of the judiciary. To his colleagues on the bench and to members of the bar, I urge your continued solidarity and cooperation with the new Chief Justice to promote the rule of law. That will be in line with the finest traditions of the bench and the bar and will help enhance the welfare of our people. The bodies charged by Article 144, Clause 1 of the Constitution with the supervision of the appointment of a Chief Justice acted with diligence in this matter. My selection of the nominee was graciously assisted by a successful consultation with the Council of State, which continues to deal assiduously with all matters brought within its purview. I thank Parliament, too, for the expeditious but thorough manner in which it exercised its constitutional duty of vetting and approving my nomination of Mr. Justice Enin Yeboah for this high office. The process ended with the decision of unanimous bipartisan expression of support by Parliament of the nomination, which will serve to engender even greater public confidence in his appointment. Your Excellencies, it is critical for the growth of the nation that we have a judiciary that commands the respect of the people by the quality of its delivery of justice, as well as by the comportment of its judges. It is vitally important that we have judges who are honest, possess integrity, and a sound knowledge of the law. The choice of Mr. Justice Eninya as the 14th Chief Justice was not a difficult one to make, in view of his level of qualification, the number of years served with distinction on the bench in the Superior Court of Judicature, totaling 17 years, initially in the High Court, then at the Court of Appeal, and finally at the Supreme Court, and the considerable experience garnered as a result. After graduating from law school, he started off as an assistant state attorney at the Office of the Attorney General in Akufo-Addo in the Eastern region. After a long period as its secretary, he was subsequently elected president of the Eastern Regional Bar Association. He served as High Court judge from 2002 to 2003, became an appeal court judge from 2003 to 2008, and was appointed onto the Apex Court, the Supreme Court, in 2008 by the second President of the Fourth Republic, His Excellency John Ajikun Kufuor. He's currently chair of the Governing Board of the Legal Aid Commission. Mr. Justice Eninya has been one of the leading lights of the court, and his contribution to the court's labors and to the development of its jurisprudence has been extensive. His association with the beautiful game saw him become chair of the Appeals Committee of the Ghana Football Association. With the success of his work, earning him a place on the adjudicatory chamber of FIFA, the global body responsible for the management of world football. In 2016, he was first selected to be a member of FIFA's Ethics Committee. And in May 2017, at the organization's 67th Congress, he was elected chair of FIFA's Disciplinary Committee. It says much for the acknowledgement of his integrity that these appointments occurred at a time when world football was undergoing its greatest ethical crisis in modern times. I'm sure that Mr. Justice Eninya will be an effective leader of the judiciary, guard jealously its independence, bring honor to the judiciary and to our country, and be a worthy successor to Justice Sophia Akufo. I expect decency, discipline, fairness, hard work, deep-seated respect for the rule of law, and the continuing modernization of judicial activities to be the hallmarks, too, of his era as Chief Justice. The judiciary has the onerous responsibility of being the bulwark of the defense of the liberties and rights of our people. It can only carry out that task well if it has their unalloyed respect. As I've stated before, the situation where judges prefer judgments on the basis of decisions from lower courts and cite them as law is not acceptable, and even less so when judges cite no authority at all for their rulings and give orders without reasons. Our judges must be learned, know their case law, and ensure that their judgments are properly motivated. That is the only way the rule of precedent, the principle of stare decisis, which has been the bedrock for the evolution of the common law, can operate as it, quote, promotes the even-handed, predictable, and consistent development of legal principles, fosters reliance on judicial decisions, and contributes to the actual and perceived integrity of the judicial process, unquote. I assure Chief Justice Eninya that I'll be a reliable and trusted partner of the judiciary so that the executive and judiciary can cooperate in a spirit of mutual respect to entrench good governance for the advancement of our people. I want to underline this assurance by indicating my willingness and preparedness to help address the infrastructural challenges to the satisfactory functioning of the courts that so engaged the attention of Chief Justice Sophia Akufo, and which she so vividly highlighted during her time in office. The appointment of a new Chief Justice has taken place at the beginning of a new year in a new decade, a decade in which hope, optimism, and progress will define the unfolding Ghanaian reality. All of us, from the public sector, security services, private sector, political parties, civil society, religious bodies, and traditional authorities, have a joint responsibility to work together with our different views and different perspectives for the Ghana project. A nation under God, a united Ghana, governed according to the rule of law, respect for individual liberties, human rights, and the principles of democratic accountability, in which all Ghanaians, irrespective of their ethnic, gender, religious, or regional affiliations, share the same opportunities. A Ghana that meets fundamental requirements of social justice and solidarity. And a Ghana where we look past commodities to position our country in the global marketplace. We should all strive to free ourselves from a mindset of dependence, aid, charity, and handouts, and concentrate on mobilizing Ghana's own considerable resources to resolve Ghana's problems. This is a collective enterprise to which we should all commit ourselves in unity and in sincerity, so that we can realize in our generation the dreams of freedom and prosperity that animated the great patriots who founded our nation. For my part, I have an unshakable faith in the boundless prospects of Ghana's future and will do everything possible to reach out for it, the radiance of the Black Star. I'm confident that Chief Justice Anin Yeboah will be a noble actor in this historic endeavor. I congratulate him on his appointment, and I wish him well and God's guidance in the performance of his great duties. Your Excellencies, I extend best wishes for this new year and the new decade to each one of you. May God bless Chief Justice Anin Yeboah, the members of the judiciary, and us all. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I will now call on His Lordship, the Chief Justice Anin Yeboah, to respond.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, the Chairman of Council of State, the Chief of Staff, Office of the President, Your Excellencies, former Presidents of the Republic of Ghana, and the First Ladies herein present, Your Lordships, Justices of the Supreme Court and other superior courts of judicature, my lords, spiritual, the National Chief Imam, retired Chief Justices, and the retired justices who are herein present, Nananom, members of the Bar, service commanders herein present, distinguished invited guests, and members of the diplomatic corps, friends of the media. I feel exceptionally privileged and honored to stand before you today, having been sworn in to serve as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. I am indeed humbled and would like to thank the Almighty God for how far He has brought me and for making all this possible. I would like to thank His Excellency the President for the confidence he has reposed in me, the Council of State and Parliament for the respective constitutional roles each institution played in the appointment process. This morning, before all persons present, I have solemnly made 3 oaths for which I will be responsible to this country and to my Creator. These promises to be loyal to the Republic and faithfully perform the functions of my office without fear or favor, affection or ill will guide me daily in all decisions I take in my role as Chief Justice. During my vetting by Parliament, it was evident that the following issues concerning the judiciary were of concern to the representatives of the people of Ghana: the integrity of the judiciary and the continuing perception of corruption, delays in the justice delivery system, poor infrastructure of the courts and residences of judicial officers, inadequate resources for the running of the judiciary and justice delivery system, challenges surrounding the legal education in Ghana. I want to assure the people of Ghana that I will continue to jealously guide the integrity of the judiciary as my predecessors in office have done, and will take all necessary steps to ensure that during my term of office, solutions are found to these issues of concern. In doing so, Your Excellency, I will count on your support to secure the much-needed financial resources for improved and efficient justice delivery. I would like to thank my predecessor in office, Her Ladyship Justice Sophia Akufo-Addo, for her dynamic leadership of the judiciary over the 2.5 years in office. I also take this opportunity to thank Her Ladyship Justice Georgina Theodore for teaching me the basic administration in the judicial process. I commend her for her zeal and quality of justice delivered. Yes. I once again thank Your Excellency the President, the members of the Council of State, Parliament, and my colleagues on the Supreme Court who supported me during the vetting. I thank all other members of the judiciary and the judicial service management and staff for all the support offered to me over the years. I thank the members of the bar for the cordial relationship you have enjoyed over the years. I thank all the members of my family, friends, and classmates who have traveled far and wide to be present to support me today. I conclude by thanking the Almighty God with the knowledge that He will continue to guide me daily as I embark on my role as Chief Justice. May I take this opportunity to refer to the good book, Proverbs 31, verse 9. Open your mouth, judge righteously, plead the cause of the needy and the poor. Your Excellency, I assure you and the people of Ghana that I will give all my best and I will live to the confidence that has been reposed in me by you today. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Lordship. Mr. President, we now have the photo session, and our photographers would like to do it on the platform here. So I'll call on the Judicial Secretary to direct this affair.
The first photograph will be that of the President and the Chief Justice. Sorry?
Go to the next one.
His Excellency the President, the Vice President, and the Chief Justice. And the Chief Justice. The Attorney General and former presidents to join, please. They should come down. President, the Vice President, the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and the Chairman of the Council of State. Don't worry. The Justices of the Supreme Court. Thank you. The immediate past Chief Justice. Former Chief Justices. Yes. Thank you. Family members to join, please. It says family members. The immediate family